Okay, guys, carrying on week 4 distance learning. And we're going to carry on with our very similar to our last lesson, with a little bit of change, and it's the substitution method. So once again, steps are choosing the linear equation in which x or y is isolated. So that's an important term there that we'll look at. And then substitute that for x or y in the other equation, okay? Your job is to solve the remaining variable, so whether that is x or y, and substitute that in to the other equation to solve for the other. When the solution is done, we're once again going to put it in coordinates because it is our solution of the two lines. So we're going to use the substitution method to solve the following. Y equals 3x plus 2 and 4x plus 2y equals 54. So it says choosing the linear relation in which x or y is isolated. What that means is an equation in which it is just y equals or x equals, and we're going to sub it in for the other. Okay, so in this equation here, we're actually going to use y equals 3x plus 2 and sub in 3x plus 2 into the y spot in the other equation. Okay, and I'll show you exactly what that looks like. So the equation we're going to use for this is 4x plus 2y equals 54. And we're going to sub in sub in y equals 3x plus 2 into the y spot, okay? What that's going to look like is 4x plus 2, and then instead of y, we're going to write 3x plus 2 equals 4. Okay. So now we've got 4x, and if we have a bracket in this case, we've got to multiply it all the way through. So it would be 2 times 3x, which is 6x, and then 2 times 2 being 4 equals 54. Now, just like we've done before, we're going to group the x's and then the numbers. So in this case, we'll leave the x's on the right side. So 4x and 6x. And 54 is on that side, but we're just forgetting our 4. So when the 4 comes over, it's actually going to be negative 4 since it's positive on that side. So 4x plus 6x is 10x, and 54 minus 4 being 50. To get x by itself, once again, we know we need to divide it by that coefficient, and in this case 10. So we divide 10x by 10, and we divide 50 by 10 to get our answer of x. So x is then equal to 50 divided by 10, which is 5. And now we know over here, since we have x is 5, we can sub it into the first or the easier of the equations for the x spot. So sub x equals 5 into x spot. So it would look like y equals 3 times 5 plus 2. Y equals 3 times 5 being 15 plus 2. And 15 plus 2 being 17. So the answer then, we know x is equal to 5, we know y is equal to 17. The coordinates are the x and y. If we just fill them in, we could read 5 and 17. And the solution is, and these are coordinates. So once again, these are the points, or this is the point on a grid in which y equals 3x plus 2 and the line 4x plus 2y equals 54 would intersect or meet. All right, so this one here, same principle. It says find once again whichever one is isolated, and in this case we do have it isolated in the y spot. So when we go to substitute, once again, we're going to substitute into the second equation. So 3x minus y equals 7. And we're going to sub the whatever x is equal to. So sub negative y plus 5 into the x spot. So what that's going to look like is 3 times negative y plus 5 minus y equals 7. So all we've done there is sub in that whole equation into the x spot. So if we do the multiplication through, 3 times negative y being negative 3y, and then 3 times positive 5 being positive 15. We still have our negative y equals 7. So if we keep our y's on one side, so 3y minus y, and we move over our positive 15, and it now becomes negative 15. Negative 3y minus y being negative 4y, and 7 minus 15 being negative 8. So if we divide negative 4y by the same coefficient, or negative 4, we got to do the same to the other side. So negative 8 divided by negative 4. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is y. And negative 8 divided by negative 4 being 2. Now we know y is equal to 2. So now since we know y is equal to 2, we're going to sub 2 into the y position, or the y spot. So we'll use the first one. You can use either one, but we'll use the first one because it's laid out a little easier. So x equals negative y times 5. X is equal to, we put a negative sign in front of the bracket. And we know negative 1 times 2 being negative 2 plus 5. X is then going to be equal to 3. So we have both now. Just fill it in. So x being equal to 3 and y being equal to 2. Therefore, I want to put it in this format, and it would look like so. The solution, as we know, or the coordinates, is 3 and 2. Okay, and that's all for the lesson. So again, you're going to have these couple here to look through for examples, and you'll have a short assignment to complete.